Chapter 3. The First Heist. You don't knock on Auradon's door. You break in and make them remember you. The bridge to Auradon wasn't meant to be crossed unnoticed. It was designed for arrivals, announcements, second chances. Not this. Fog rolled thick across the water below, shallowing the edges of the structure in a ghostly haze. The golden lights of Auradon shimmered ahead, too perfect, too clean, too safe. Chantelle stood at the edge of the bridge, watching, studying. Behind her, footsteps, quiet, careful. They don't really expect anyone to come this way, do they? The tech girl whispered, adjusting something on her wrist. No, Chantelle replied calmly. That's why we are. The crew spread out slightly, keeping low. 5 of them now. Not many, but enough. The card girl flicked a playing card between her fingers. So what exactly are we stealing again? Chantelle didn't answer immediately. Her eye stayed locked on Auradon. Something they can't ignore. A beat. Then she reached into her jacket, pulling out the small metallic object again. It glowed faintly, unstable. The tech girl leaned in. That's not just a key, is it? Chantelle shook her head. No. She stepped forward. It's access. The group exchanged glances. Access to what? The boy asked. Chantelle finally turned to face them. Their vault. Silence. You're kidding. I don't joke. The card girl let out a low whistle. Yeah, no, I figured that. The tech girl's eyes lit up. Auradon's main vault? Chantelle nodded once. Where they keep confiscated magic, artifacts, things they don't trust anyone else to have. The weight of that settled in. So basically, the figure behind her said slowly, we're walking into the most protected place in Auradon. To seal something they locked away on purpose. Chantelle's expression didn't change. Yes, a beat. Then the car girl grinned. Okay, I'm in. A few others nodded, not fearless, but committed. Chantelle turned back to the bridge. Stay close. And then she stepped forward, crossing the line. The moment her boot hit Auradon ground, the world felt different, cleaner, quieter, wrong. The crew followed. No alarms, no guards. Yet. They moved quickly, slipping through the outer edges of Auradon like shadows where light should have been there. Buildings rose around them, polished, perfect, untouched. I hate this place already, the boy muttered. Focus, Chantelle said. They turned down a narrow path, hugging the edges, keeping to blind spots and shadows. The tech girl tapped her wrist device again. Security grid is light on this side, but it ramps up fast near the center. Then we don't take the center, Chantelle replied. She stopped suddenly, hand raised. The group froze instantly. What? Someone whispered. Chantelle didn't answer. She was listening. Footsteps, not theirs, coming closer. A guard, Auradon uniform, casual, unaware. Chantelle moved fast, too fast to question. She stepped forward, grabbed him, pulled him into the shadows, a hand over his face. A sharp, controlled movement. Stillness. She lowered him gently to the ground. The crew stared. Okay, the car girl whispered. Remind me not to get on your bad side. Chantelle didn't respond. She crouched briefly, checking something, then stood. Keep moving. They didn't argue. Minutes later, they reached it. The vault entrance, hidden behind an elegant structure that looked more decorative than functional. Gold, white stone, lies. The tech girl stepped forward, already working. Yep, here we go. Panels slid open, wires exposed. This is gonna take... Move. The girl blinked. What? Chantelle held up the glowing object. It's not locked. A beat. It's waiting. She pressed it against the surface. The reaction was instant. The entire door pulsed with energy, light racing across its surface in sharp, glowing lines. The ground trembled slightly. Okay, someone whispered. That's definitely not normal. The vault door split open, slow, heavy, revealing darkness inside, deep, ancient. Chantelle stepped forward, first. Of course she did. The others followed. Inside, rows of objects, weapons, artifacts, magic, all contained, all controlled. They've been hiding all of this? The tech girl breathed. No, Chantelle said, stepping deeper in. They've been keeping it from us. Her gaze locked onto something at the far end of the room. Something different. It pulsed. Dark. Calling. There, she said quietly. The crew followed her line of sight. That? The boy asked. Chantelle didn't hesitate. Yes. She moved toward it, each step slower than the last. Careful, intentional. The air grew heavier the closer she got, like the vault itself didn't want her there. Good. She reached out, fingers brushing the surface. And then, alarm. Loud, piercing, relentless. Red lights flooded the room instantly. That's bad, the tech girl said. Yeah, the car girl added. Pretty sure that's very bad. Chantelle didn't pull her hand away. She grabbed the object fully. The energy surged. The room shook. Chantelle! Someone shouted. Too late. The artifact reacted, power racing up her arm, through her, around her, and for a split second, everything went silent. Then, boom! The vault light shattered. Darkness swallowed the room, and Chantelle stood at the center of it. Eyes glowing, power rising, and somewhere outside, Auradon finally noticed. Chapter 4. Auradon Strikes Back. You wanted their attention? Now try surviving it. The alarms didn't stop. They screamed. Red light flooded the vault, pulsing violently against shattered glass and fractured shadows. The air crackled with energy, unstable, electric, alive. Chantelle stood at the center of it, breathing slow and controlled. The artifact in her hand burned with a dark, pulsing energy, its energy wrapping around her like it'd been waiting, like it knew her. Chantelle? The voice sounded far away, muted. She didn't answer. Her eyes flickered. Not their normal color anymore. Something deeper. Something dangerous. Hey! Hey! A hand grabbed her shoulder. The world snapped back. Sound rushed in. Alarms, footsteps, shouting. We have to go! The tech girl yelled. Chantelle blinked once, twice. The glow faded, just slightly. Reality returned. Right. Her voice was steady, too steady. Move. They didn't hesitate. The crew bolted toward the exit, but the vault doors were already slamming shut. No, 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 no! The car girl rushed forward, trying to wedge her arm between the closing doors. Move! Chantelle snapped. She stepped forward, raising her hand. The artifact pulsed, and the doors stopped. Mid-close, straining. The metal groaned violently, resisting. Okay, the boy whispered. That's new. Chantelle pushed forward. The doors burst open. Out! They ran, fast. The hallway beyond the vault was already swarming with movement. Guards, shouts, orders echoing through the corridor. There! Someone yelled. Too late. They'd been seen. Split or stay together, the car girl shouted. Together. Chantelle snapped instantly. They turned sharply down the side corridor, boots pounding behind them. They're locking the exits, the tech girl yelled, glancing at her device. Of course they are, someone muttered. Chantelle didn't slow. Then we don't use the exits. A turn. Another. The maze of Auradon's corridors twisted around them. Clean, polished, designed for order, not chaos. Perfect. Left, Chantelle called. They followed without question. A guard stepped into their path. Chantelle didn't hesitate. She moved fast, a sharp movement, a precise strike. Down. Gone. Remind me again why we didn't bring more people? Someone panted. Because we didn't need them, Chantelle shot back. Another turn. Dead end. That's not good, the tech girl said. Footsteps closed in behind them. Closer. Faster. Weapons ready. Now what? The boy asked. Chantelle stepped forward slowly, calm and focused. The artifact pulsed again. She looked at the wall in front of them. We go through. That's a wall, the card girl said. Chantelle raised her hand. I know. The energy surged, dark light spreading across the surface, cracks forming. Then, boom! The wall shattered outward. Light exploded into the corridor. They stumbled through, and suddenly, they were outside. Auradon courtyard, wide, open, exposed. Okay, someone muttered. This is worse. Guards poured in from every direction now. No more hiding, Chantelle said quietly. The crew tightened around her. What's the plan? The tech girl asked. Chantelle looked around, calculated, fast. Then she smiled. We run. They took off across the corridor, through open space, dodging, weaving. Stop! A voice shouted behind them. Too late. They reached the outer path, the bridge. Freedom. Almost. A line of guards blocked the exit, weapons raised. That's a problem, the boy said. Chantelle slowed, just slightly. Her grip tightened on the artifact. No, she said softly. It's not. The energy surged again, stronger this time. The air warped around her. Chantelle, wait! Someone started, but she was already moving. Forward. Into them. The ground cracked beneath her step. Power exploded outward. The guards were thrown back. Not injured, but moved. Cleared. A path. Go! She shouted. They didn't question it. They ran. Across the bridge. Back into the fog. Back into shadow. Back into Wonderland. Behind them, Auradon burned with alarm lights, sirens, shouting, chaos. They didn't stop running until the lights faded, until the noise disappeared, until the world felt like it was theirs again. Finally, they slowed, breathing hard, alive. "We did it," the tech girl said, almost in disbelief. The card girl laughed, half shocked, half thrilled. We actually did it. The others exchanged looks, excitement, adrenaline, fear, all tangled together. But Chantelle was quiet, still. The artifact in her hand pulsed again, soft, like a heartbeat. Her eyes dropped into it. Something about it felt different, stronger, connected. "Chantelle?" She didn't answer right away. Then, slowly, she looked up and smiled. Not the same smile as before. This one was deeper, darker. Now they know. Behind her, Wonderland stretched out, alive again, awake, and far away, Auradon no longer looked untouchable.